Hello and welcome back, guys. Today we're working on a 2002 Acura RSX DC5. It's got the K20 A2 in it, and this video we're going to be doing a clutch in it. Here's the kit right here. It's just an eBay special, an XCD clutch, 6-puck, and then it's got a lightweight flywheel. We'll be showing you guys as much as we can step by step how to do this process. So we got the car racked ready and the front wheels pulled off it. We're gonna let it cool down a little bit, and while that's happening, grab some breakfast because you know we're human and we have to eat. So we'll be back. Alright guys, so we're back from getting some food. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and start on this. First thing first, always disconnect batteries. It's a 10 mil, so you want to go ahead and take the terminals off, and then after that, I'll start on bolting axles and stuff like that. Alright guys, so the axle is a 36. Bust it out. Alright, now that the axles are off, we're going to go ahead and put the car up in the air and work everything we need to do at the bottom of the car. Drain the fluids, struts, get the axles out, starter, and the bolts and stuff at the bottom of the transmission, and the slave, whatever we can get to from the bottom. And then we'll come up to the top and start disassembling what we need to disassemble on the top to get the top bolts and the linkages and all. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and take this little plate off. It's a 12 mil, so there's a 12 right here you want to get loose. And then up in here, there's another 12 you have to use an open end on that one. So let's get this plate removed and then we'll get to the next part. Alright guys, so we got the desk plate off. Now I'll go ahead and take the bolts off for the half shaft or intermediate shaft, whatever you want to consider it. There's 14mm bolt right there, right here, and then right up in here. Let's see if I can get in there. Right there. I'll zoom in on it for you guys. Right there. I'm gonna go ahead and pop those out, and then we'll go from there. Alright, and then you want to go ahead and take this bolt off for the lower ball joint. That goes to the lower control arm. And you're gonna take these two bolts off from the strut, or the shock, whatever you want to consider it, to the spindle. And then you have a 10 here to hold the ABS sensor, and then you have the 10 here, the 12 here that holds the brake line. So let's get these off on both sides and we'll go from there. Alright, after you get these bolts off, you get a BFH. Hit it here, sometimes you can hit it right here. Be careful with the axle though. Hit it on the spindle and the control arm. Be careful with the axle so you don't hit the boot and damage the boot. And never mushroom the bottom of this, so you never want to hit here. So let's go ahead and get these both off, and then we'll try and get axles pulled, and then we're going to go ahead and start draining the fluid out of the transmission. Like I said, right there's the drain bolt, and it's just a 3/8 ratchet you just stick in there. Alright guys, so we got both axles out. We took the spindle out on this side because the axle didn't want to come out of here, so I had to take it apart off the car. So, and then
the axle,
the balance boot is all messed up. So you probably get the vibration from that.
Yep.
But these are all out. Now I'm going to go ahead and start breaking some bolts loose all around. Get this T-bracket off and go from there. And I'll update you guys from there. We're going to have to lower the subframe, so I'll update you guys as we go. Alright, so we got this unbolted. All the bolts off the transmission that we can reach is all out. We're dropping the downpipe now because it gets in the way of the sway bar when you lower subframe. And we got bolts off of this here. Focus camera. It's on manual focus. Alright. These bolts, and then we got to get that mount bolt out. And a couple little things, and then we can drop the subframe. So I'm going to go ahead and finish taking the downpipe off real quick. Alright, so downpipe is off. One of the bolts was like stripped and stuff, so we had to cut it. So we're just going to put another bolt through that. That's alright. So now we're going to work on getting this off right here. And then...
oh, that one was nice and loose.
Nice.
Wow.
Somebody definitely worked on this car before. So get that off, and then we're going to go ahead and loosen the subframe and start lowering the subframe on it so we can get the transmission out. Alright guys, so the subframe is out. Car is back down on the ground. We're going to go ahead and start pulling the air box and everything up off the top area that we need to, so we can get to the top bolts, get the starter out, stuff like that, and get this tranny out. Alright guys, so starter's out. I'm getting the last couple of bolts for the bell housing off. Then we'll get them out. Then the tranny will come out. We already got all the bolts down here off. Tranny's ready. We want it to separate. So like I said, we're gonna get that tranny mount off right there, and then there's the top 2 bolts, and then the starter's just chilling right there. You don't gotta completely pull it out. So we get that, and then we'll get the tranny out. Transmission out. Go ahead and clean that up. You can see the discoloration on this, and it's just like really coming apart. There's the flywheel. So 10 mil 12 point to get the pressure plate off, and 17s here to get the flywheel off. Let's get this off. Alright guys, so we got the new flywheel on. It's a lightweight. These are got Loctite on them, and we're about to torque them down. They get torqued down to 90 foot-pounds. So then we're just, star pattern at 90. We have a ratchet and a socket on the crank bolt here to hold it from moving. So we're gonna go ahead and torque it down. Alright guys, so everything's on. We're gonna go ahead and torque it all down now. The pressure plate gets torqued down at 19 foot-pounds. So we're gonna go ahead and get that torqued up. Fancy, you know.
Not 24.3. 19.
So we're gonna get that on, start throwing it back together. We'll update you guys when we get this done.
Me and this car are going rounds, I'll tell you what.
Alright, so transmission's back up. Starter's a pain in the ass on these cars, but he found a trick to it. I guess you do the top bolt first. That's like nearly impossible to get, and then you do the bottom. So that's going up. We got all the bolts for the bell housing ready back in. So do that, then I believe the subframe goes up, and then axles and stuff like that, then exhaust. Alright, so transmission's in, this mount's on, starter's in, the brackets that go to the intake to the blocks in. So right now we're gonna go ahead and throw the subframe back up, and then from there we'll go ahead and do exhaust, axles, and tighten up suspension fluids, and then make sure all the bolts on top are tight and all the harness, and we'll be done. Alright guys, so we're at Ace Hardware. We're gonna pick up some hardware for the downpipe where it goes to the catback, because one broke, so we're just gonna replace all of them. Guys, so we're getting the axles put in real quick. We're gonna tighten this up, the axles in, and then we'll lift the subframe up, bolt it up, and start bolting things back together from there. Alright guys, so this is assembled. We still got tighten struts and stuff, but everything's all back. We're gonna do downpipe and then go from there. But just getting there, almost done. Alright guys, so everything is snug and tight. Downpipe is on, putting the dust plate on. We gotta put fluids in it. We'll get that from the top, but everything on the bottom is done and buttoned up. So we're gonna go ahead and manual focus, sorry. Lower the car, fill the fluids, and then hit everything we need to hit up at the top. Alright guys, so everything's all buttoned up at the top. Putting the battery in now, and go ahead and give it its first start. Make sure everything works, goes into gear, wheels and everything spin. Let's find out. She's running. No noises, no nothing. Sounds good. That side spinning? Alright guys, so car's all back together, running and driving good. So there'll be more of this car guys, a lot more. So but she runs, she's driving, engaging fine. So we're gonna address ball joints, tie rods and stuff on this car soon too. So I don't know if I'm in focus right now. I have it on manual focus, so I don't have a screen to see. But that's it for this video, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit the notification button so you guys get notified when I post. And stay tuned for more content. Peace.